Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be drawing some shoulder armor. I think it's called a pauldron, could be wrong about that, but we're going to be drawing that today. Now I'm gonna draw a couple of them, so I'll just go ahead and go like this. We'll draw 4, I don't know. I mainly did that so I would make sure that I am taking up the entire area. Or no, mainly did that so that the drawing will be big, but anyways, we're drawing shoulder armor. I'm going to try to draw a couple of different types of shoulder armor, because I've seen many different types. And we're going to, well, try to draw a couple different ones. And after today, I think this will be the final piece of an entire suit of armor. And then I'll have drawn... No, I'm going to need to draw a chest plate. And then I'll have drawn an entire suit of armor in mismatched pieces. Anyways, this is kind of the shape that I want, but maybe a little more circular down here. That's kind of right. It's very scribbly, obviously. And also, I think that I should be bending this in this direction. And probably bend that a little bit more. And this can go like straight up, relatively downwards, and then that can go like that. Now, this should actually probably connect up here more. Go like that. So then this would actually need to connect all the way over here. And this would go like this. And we'd probably shrink that a little bit then. But we still want this to point outwards actually. And there we go. This is very messy, but we're going to erase it, and we're going to try to make it look better. I can tell what's going on underneath all those scribbles. I'm not entirely sure if you can. Because, well, you're not in my head, so you can't fully understand what lines are where. Except for you might be able to, because I was talking the whole time. But I already forgot what I said, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and try and get this line down. Go ahead and get that boy right here. There we go on that part. Go like this, and then that. Now we're gonna go like this. This could probably be a little bigger, but you know, let's go ahead and keep it as is for now. And then this and that, and this right here. Maybe not perfectly right there, but looks relatively swell. And there we go. That's pretty much... That's not the right one. Now we could use this one. It's pretty much good. Yes. Yes. Alrighty. That's a shoulder pad, if I've ever seen one. We're actually going to increase the size of that so that we can make it a little bit better, just a little bit. There we go. Okie dokie, done. Now, on to another one. That's shoulder pad number 1. It's a little wonky, could be a little better, but you know, I think it looks relatively good for what it is. Now what's the next style that we're gonna go for? I didn't think this through. I don't know, what if I just detail this one a little bit more? Because I just realized I wanted to add something else. This. Like an actual connection right here onto the plate. There we go. And then go and add a little bit of detail right here. These are just kind of sketches of detail. I'm not sure if I'll even actually end up... Oh, it actually shouldn't even be on this part, because that's not the edge. That's not the edge, that's a bend. But that's fine. Right, okay. We're gonna not add any more detail because it doesn't necessarily need any more. And what shape are we going to do for the next one? Let me think for a second. Why not? Well, we'll do it right here because I'm left-handed. And we'll go ahead and go with, like, I don't really know how to explain this, so I'm just going to draw it and you'll see what I mean. This isn't going exactly how it should, but you know, as long as I can get the base idea down, I'll be able to get the actual shape perfected after. I didn't draw the circle for the shoulder, which I should have done, because these are all off. Now, what are these, you may ask? These are just a bunch of plates that we're gonna have, because it's cool looking. Alright. There's that. Where should it reach out to? I don't know. There's this, and then that. Then that goes there. These connecting here. And these connecting all the way on here. There we go. With this, actually probably should be like this. And there probably still should be a little bit of a topping part right here. I don't know if I'm gonna include that part, but you know, we can sketch it in case we do. Now, that very incredibly messy sketch that I was worried about at the beginning, looks okay now. But, let's try to actually turn it into something, looking goodable. This is not what I was initially going for. I'll go the one that I'm initially going for. I'll do it right there. Try to draw it a little slower, but there we go. There we go. And perfection. Is it actually perfection? No. But it doesn't look bad. And that's all that really matters, is it not looking bad. There we go. There's that part, and then this part. We'll try to include that little section, but I really like that, so we're gonna get rid of it. And we'll just do a little bit of this instead. Instead of having that whole section, we'll just do a little bit of raise it. And then we'll go right here for plate. And we'll add the little bits of details. The little bottom part kind of sucks, but I think it's fine. we'll probably want to add a little bit of a like logo or something on the thing. This would be what it would be. What is this? This is supposed to be like a little vine or a plant. And the other thing is a pumpkin, which I feel like the pumpkin is more obvious than the vine. Anyways, I think this looks relatively good, honestly. It's not like, oh my god, it's the most perfect thing ever, but I think it looks pretty good. It isn't going down enough. I feel like it's kind of going outwards a little too much, but it's pretty good. But now let's try to get that one that we were initially trying to go for. What is that one? Well, since I had trouble with it first, we're gonna take it slower, and we're gonna try and get just the shape of what it should look like down. And then we'll deal with actually adding details to it. Which obviously you should probably get the shape of things down first anyways, but shut up. This is a little too long. There we go, that's fine. Okay, now let's try to add some details. Now first, this part should be right here. Then there should be parts here and here. This should be a little more rounded. There we go, right there. And there we go. There we go. And there we go. Alright, the bottom part right there, and not necessarily looking too swell, but you know, it's fine. Alright, try to get it like this, pointing up. No. Don't like it. Add some boots right there. Add a little bit of detail right there. And right here. But we're gonna erase the whole thing. And then we're gonna try to make it a little nicer. And add a little bit more detail. Right. Perfecto. And there we go on that part. Alright, let's go ahead and get a little closer to the sketchbook. Then we'll go ahead and add a little detail. There we go. And perfect. Is it really? No, because I accidentally bent that down in the wrong direction, I just realized. There we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring this up right here, make it like go smaller in that direction. And we'll go ahead and do this. There we go, there's that one. We'll go ahead and add a little pumpkin on this one too. Give it the little vine. Give it the little vine. And there we go. I made that pumpkin too wide, but that's fine. Now, we just have one more. But I don't know what to do for the last one. I really only thought of that one. And then I thought of that one and ended up doing that one and did that one in the end. But now I just need one more. Oh, I should probably draw one in the opposite direction, because I plan on taking all of the pieces of the knight and mashing them together and making an amalgamation of a knight with all the separate pieces that I drew, because I think it'd be funny. So I should probably draw one in the opposite direction. We could try drawing one like how I've done before, where it's like more detailed, but that one's typically harder. There we go, and there we go. Perfecto. And that. Add the little bit right there. Okie dokie. We're obviously gonna want to add the details, but what are we actually going to do? We're gonna need to add the other plates, and the other plates will have relatively the same detail as of the same design, kind of. They're going to be similar, but not exactly the same. Then we'll do the same for the littlest one, which is going to be this part right here. And okie dokie. There's this one. I drew this one very clean compared to the other ones. And that's kind of because I just know this one is a lot more detailed than the others. And I wanted to get the shape right. I said detailed, but I meant the shape is harder to get, like, looking correctly with sketching fast. And I still feel like I didn't get it fully correct, but you know, I think it's fine. It looks good enough, I think. Alright. There we go. There we go. Okie dokie. Perfection. Now we add this little bit right here. And there we go. And try to add some detail to it because, well, why not? This one's the last one, so let's try to add a little bit more detail than normal. Is it really? No, but I can say that because it's my drawing. Who's gonna tell me no? You? I'm not gonna listen to you. Alright. And there we go. What else? What else could I add to this? Could could add some more like screws and stuff, or bolts, or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. But I think that's really about all that's gonna get added. So I think I'm done. I mean, I could add the I could add like a little leather strap part to have you strap. This is what you would use to strap this shoulder on, but I mean, that's not needed. Anyways, I'm done now. Which one do you like best? You should comment below to drive engagement, because that makes the video do better. Which one do you like best? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm gonna actually make these letters better. There we go. Bye.